amazing today. If you guys don't already know by the title of this video, this is going to be my 18 and pregnant story. I want to apologize because I know I sound super terrible. I am sick. Emma got me sick. I've been home with her for the past 2 days because she's had a fever and a cold, and here I am waking up this morning feeling like straight poop. But I wanted to film this video because I know I haven't posted my... Oh my god, you guys, my freaking shirt is ripped. Oh freaking well. On my channel, and I wanna like be more consistent. I just get like in my little funk, and it's really hard to get out of it. So I am trying, I'm trying. But here I am. So anyways, if you guys are interested in watching or interested in knowing about my 18 and pregnant story, make sure you give this video a huge thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, and yeah, and just keep watching. I want to get started to this video, with this video. Not helping, but it's cold and it kind of makes it a little better. Oh my god, Emma. Emma, no. Ella, Emily. Oh, I'm always constantly changing my kid's name. Okay, so before we get started into like knowing about my pregnancy, obviously we had to backtrack to when EJ and I met. So if you guys don't know, EJ and I have been together since high school. We have been together for almost 13 years. That is insane to even say because 13 years is a long time. But yeah, so we have been together since high school. I was 14, freshman. He was a senior. He was 17. He was getting ready to graduate because we met towards the end of the year, like school year. So yeah, so our relationship at the beginning, my mom, my parents, they did not approve whatsoever. They were so angry, and like I understand because I was 14 and Edith was like my actual boyfriend that I'm bringing home, and I was freaking terrified. But they just saw him as a street boy, I guess. I don't know, because EJ, he is such a gentleman. Like, he has always took care of me, and but I felt like they chose to see him a different way, maybe because the way he dressed, which again I can understand. I was 14, he was 17, and I was the baby. I'm the baby of the family. I'm the youngest of 4 siblings. Yeah, so the youngest of 4 siblings, and they all like babied me. And when I don't know, like when they find out I had a boyfriend, it was like a shock, I think. And the only reason, like, okay, I don't want to get emotional because I feel like there's so much about this story of EJ and I's story. So if you guys don't know, I lost my brother-in-law to cancer. Here we go. My sister's first husband. And he was like a dad to me. He was like my big brother. He always took care of us. Oh my god. And it was thanks to him that my parents opened the doors to EJ, because he always understood me. He always got me. And yeah, so he was the reason why they like allowed him in. And yeah, I get so emotional talking about him because he passed away at such a young age. I think he was 27, like my age, 27, 28. When he passed, I was 16. Oh my god, I get so freaking emotional talking about him. He holds and will always hold a huge special place in my heart. I had to stop because I was getting too emotional, because honestly talking about him really gets me in my feelings. But yeah, so we started our relationship. 4 years went by. I was finally 18. By the way, let me just say, I graduated high school at 16. I have always been like independent. I worked for my money. My parents taught me to be independent woman. So yeah, I graduated at 16, always working. Excuse me, ma'am, I am talking. So yeah, so I feel like because I already graduated, it kind of make the situation easier, but whatever. So I turned 18. EJ and I were together for 4 years before I got pregnant. I know, baby, you don't feel good. I know, honey. and I'm just blabbing away over here. I know my sweet baby. All right, so here I go. Human rocking chair. She don't feel good, baby. All right. So anyway, okay. I turned 18. I became pregnant. I was super. I remember that day. I was freaking terrified. Okay, I was so scared. Because I have always been in sync with my body. I always kept track of my period, my menstrual cycle, and like my body, and I can see how much my body was changing before my eyes, and it was crazy for me not to notice. So I knew right there and then that that I was pregnant. And I'm not gonna lie, you know, I was 18, but I wanted a baby. I wanted to get pregnant. But yeah, I'm like crazy as hell because I have like strict parents and I'm 18. I don't have a house of my own, although I've been, you know, working. But I honestly don't know. But I know that I wanted a baby. We wanted a baby. And it happened. I got pregnant. I remember it was morning and EJ bought me a pregnancy test. He got me the $20. It was so expensive, this pregnancy test. And it was the one that says yes and no. So when I took it, I'm literally was shaking. Okay, I was shaking, and I seen that yes, and I started to cry. I'm like, oh my god, I'm pregnant. I'm like hyperventilating in the bathroom. I got out. I told EJ. He was like, oh my god. I was like, oh my god. He was like, oh my god. I'm like, oh my god, we're pregnant. What do we do? Oh my god. Like anything like adoption, abortion, it was like not even a conversation or a thought. I wanted a baby, and he knew that I wanted a baby, and I was like, what the heck, we're gonna be parents, like what do we do? I live in my parents' house. It was just so much. I remember we went to get Arby's or McDonald's to kind of celebrate between oh my god. Anyway, we were so young. And anyway, so I kept my pregnancy for my parents. I'm gonna say for like 2 months. I think I was like 8 weeks, 8-9 weeks. I think when they found out, I used to sneak to take pregnancy photos, and I don't even know if they ever. Why is she taking a picture? I don't know. I don't even know if that even crossed their mind. But I know that I would sneak and take pictures of like my growing belly, because I was like 1 second pregnant, and I was like, do you see my belly? So yeah, anyway. My gums, I apologize. My chest. So I remember going to the clinic with EJ. They would take me to all my appointments, and they wanted to send some stuff. I remember when we made the appointment for confirmation, and then I had to meet up with like a social worker so she can help me with like insurance and all this stuff. And they wanted to mail things to my house, and I'm like, oh my god, don't do it. I was crying. I'm like, please, please, please. And they were like, honey, you know, you're 18. And I kind of like, yes, I was 18, an adult, but I don't know, when you're Hispanic, and I was still living with mom and dad, and I don't know, I think that they don't care how old you are. You live in their household, you better respect the rules. Like, that's just how it is. And if you don't like the rules, get out. But although I was 18, I was still a kid. And I was like, please, my parents don't know. I don't want nothing to be mailed to my house. And she's looking at me like, you know, like, what the heck is wrong with her? But anyway, I kept it for my parents, for my whole family, for I think past 2 months. And this is how everyone found out, guys. This is like the novela freaking type shit, okay? So, you know, I was pregnant, I was hormonal, and I feel like EJ had the hormones too, because I don't know, I felt like once he found out he wanted to protect me, and you know, he's gonna be a dad, and I was gonna be a mom, and I just feel emotional and like hormonal and like motherly already, and it was just a lot in the air, okay? And we were keeping the secret, and it was like building up in our chest, like, oh my god, we have to say something, oh my god. So we were at home. It was a night, it was a weekend, I believe, and my parents were out, my brother was home. Again, I still live with my parents, so EJ would come visit me, okay? So Me and my brother are so close, and I just love him so much. But when we were growing up, obviously you fight a lot with your siblings. You argue with them. You just annoy each other. And that's what me and my brother did majority of the time, okay? That's what we did. We just argue and argue and argue. There was just like no way around it. We would just annoy each other. But me and my brother are so close in age, and we are super close. He's my best friend. I consider him my best friend. So anyways, moving on. So yeah, so we were arguing that day. So yeah, we were arguing. We got into each other's nerves that day, and we started to argue. And I remember he was in his room. He got out. Me and EJ were watching TV, and he got out. We were just like arguing and blah 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 and this and that. And all of a sudden, let me tell you something. EJ never ever gets involved. Like, he knows family is family. I don't ever think that like spouses or anything should get involved, just because family always make up, okay? So anyway, so me and my brother are arguing, and you know, I'm feeling like so like hurt and emotional, you know, all this, you know, feelings. And I know Edith was feeling like that too. Honey, 1 second. Oh my god, she's so warm. Hopefully your medicine will work soon. So we were arguing, and my brother was like, EJ he got up and he was like, whoa, yo, you know, that's enough, you know, stop arguing with her, blah, 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 blah. And my brother was like, what? Like, he didn't understand why we were so confrontational, and he was like so protective of me. And like, he's probably thinking like, we always argue, like, calm the F down, that's my sister. And we all started arguing, and it just got like a big commotion. My brother ran to the room, he slammed the door, and he said, I'm calling mom and dad right now. And I'm like crying, oh my god, like, la, la, la. And I know that my brother was like, what the heck is going on? Like, what is going on with these people? And I remember I hear my parents from the phone, because my brother called them, and I'm like crying, like, oh my god, like, I was just like panicking. And I remember my parents showed up, and we were all in the living room, and I'm like crying and crying and crying. I'm like, because obviously I don't want my brother and EJ to be upset at each other for stupid things, because we were freaking arguing. I have no idea, but I know it was probably something really dumb. But I was just like crying, and my parents showed up, and my brother was like, you know, I'm arguing with my name, and you know, he got involved, and I don't know what the heck is going on. And EJ, you see EJ's like like, he was like breathing so heavily, and like my parents are trying to understand what the heck is going on. Oh my god, hold on 1 second, guys. So anyways, yeah, so they're trying to understand what's going on. Like, why are we yelling? Why are we in our feelings? Like, why, like, everyone's arguing. And then we were like, you know, try to tell our point. And my dad was like, enough, like, quiet, in Spanish. And I'm like, oh my god, papi, oh my god, I'm so freaking scared. Quiet. And then all of a sudden, you know, Ida was started like kind of hyperventilating. He was like breathing so fast, you know. He was like, you know why? And I'm like, oh my god, he's about to spill the tea. Oh my god, EJ. And I'm looking at him like, no, don't say anything. And I'm like, I'm gonna get a whooping. La chancleta. Oh my god, la chancleta va a salir volando. I know I'm gonna get it. Oh my god, EJ, don't say anything. He was like, because she is pregnant. And everybody was like, and everybody was staring at me, and I'm like, oh my god, like, what did you just say? Oh my god, my parents know I'm pregnant. Oh my god, I was like so freaking terrified. Oh my god, I can't even see my face. Like, honestly, I thought, again, guys, my parents are Hispanic. My mom, la chancleta, you guys know, like, I was terrified, okay? And they all looked at me, and my brother, I think he started to cry. Like, I love him so much. Like, I know he started to cry. He was like so hurt, like, wow, you kept this from me, you know, you're my sister. And we were all hurt because I'm pregnant, okay? Like, I really did not understand the fact that I'm pregnant. I'm gonna be a mom. I have a freaking human being in my belly. And my dad turned to me, and I remember just looking at his face, like my heart sank. And he was like, "Mighty, is that true?" And I'm like, "Yes." And I started to cry and cry and cry. And my mom looked at me. Oh my God. Like, you never want to disappoint your parents. Come on. Like, you never want to disappoint them. But honestly, like, my mom looked at me. And I had never seen. My mom has been so strict. I never thought that she was going to be so understanding. And I remember walking towards, like, the porch. And we sat down. And she was like, "Wow, you're gonna be a mom." And I just saw a different I don't know, a different person, because now she knows that I'm gonna be a mom. And I just didn't understand how much they wanted to protect me and care for me, and that I was young and trying to. And I'm so grateful because they tried so hard to keep me as a little girl. And I honestly, now that I have 3 girls, I am so grateful for that, because nowadays kids want to grow so fast. And this world doesn't let them. There's just so many things that make kids grow up fast. And I mean, I was 18. Like, I graduated high school at 16 because they gave me the opportunity to graduate early. I was always working. Like, I'm so grateful because of them. And I feel like we bumped head a lot because I was just like, "Why are you doing this? Like, I'm growing up and I want to do this and I want to do that. Why don't you let me?" And I feel like when I told her that, that I just felt like her, like, damn, like, now I'm gonna be a mom. And if I have a daughter or a kid or a boy, I want to do this. I understood her more. And it makes me so emotional because it sucks that when you're growing up, you're so, like, into, like, you want to do your own things and you don't see your parents' hard work. You don't see what they try to do and why, because they love you. And so I feel like after I became a mom, I became more close to her. And even now when I scold my kids, and I'm like, damn, I sound like my mom, but I owe them so much. And I'm grateful that they worked so hard to keep me their little girl, and they gave me time to grow. And I honestly, I am so grateful. And it turned out to be amazing. My sisters showed up, and they were crying and rubbing my belly. And family is for always. Like, your family is gonna be there no matter what, through thick and thin. And and it was just like a very emotional moment. Like, and I remember I was pregnant. Okay, I was obviously pregnant, and EJ wanted me to stay over his house because he used to live with his grandma. And I was like, "No, I can't stay over you." And he's looking at me like, "Bitch, you're already pregnant. Like, you're already pregnant. They already know." And I'm like, "No, no, no, no." And my mom was like, "Ay, deja de tantas cosas. Ya tú estás embarazada. Vete. Like, she was like, "So, that's enough. You're pregnant already. You have to do you." But they never, like, kicked me out or anything. Like, they were so supportive. And that means a lot because I really needed them. I honestly, if I can give advice, like, to a kid or 18-year-old, 17, 16, having a kid is not the goal. Yes, it's amazing. It's a blessing, but there's just so much more to life. Like, I wish I done so many things before I got pregnant, but I know when you're stuck in this thing, there's just nobody that can take that out of you. And I guess you have to learn through life. You have to go through something to learn from your mistakes, blah, blah, blah. But I wanted Emily. Emily is 8. She's gonna be 9 in July. I'm gonna have a freaking 9-year-old. Like, what? Anyway, so one more thing. So, as my pregnancy progressed, I was still living at home. I remember EJ was working really hard and he had saved $1,000. Okay, he had saved $1,000, and I remember we were walking to, like, around his neighborhood, and we were just holding hands talking about life. Like, damn, you know, the Emily's due in like a month, 2 months, 2 or 3 months. I know we had a little bit of time. 2 or 3 months, and we were just talking about, like, oh my god, we're gonna be parents, la da da. We don't have a car, we don't have a house. Like, what do we do? And he looked at me, and he said, my god. And he looked at me and he said, so. And I'm like, yeah. He was like, so I have $1,000 right now. And I'm like, what? He was like, yep, I saved 1K. I have it on me right now. I'm like, and I don't know why I was like thinking that was so much money. I'm like, oh my god, baby, you save $1,000? Like, what? And he was like, yeah. And he was like, so we either can get a car first or we can get a house first. And I looked at him and I said, a house? We need a house. We need an apartment. We need a place we can bring our daughter in. Oh my god. And he looked at me, he's like, okay. So we crossed the street and we went to this corner store. So this corner store, the boss of this corner store knows EJ since he was in diapers. He knows all his family. And we walked in there. He's a landlord, so he has few places. And he said, yo, you remember you told me you have this place available? I have $1,000 right now. I can give you first and last month, because the rent was $400, guys. Oh my god, it was $400. So all we had to give him was $800 first month rent and deposit. And I remember he took the $800 now. He was like, okay. We gave him the money. And I'm like, honestly, I'm looking at him like, we have a house. We have a house. Like, and he gave us the keys. And the apartment was like right next to the corner store. And I'm like looking at him like, oh my god, is this legit? Like, we have our first apartment. And we were just starting to laugh and smile. And he was like, you know, they shook hands. I'm like, oh my god, thank you so much. We're so grateful. And I was like looking at EJ like, damn, like, he saved this money. And he asked me, what do you think that, you know, I was just like so amazing. So we left the store, we went to the house, we opened our new apartment. We saw it. It was like the greatest thing. It was a 2-bedroom house on a second floor, and that's where everything happened. I remember it took us a while to get everything connected, and like we never done this before, like our light, gas. And I remember the day of my baby shower, we couldn't stay there yet because nothing was connected, so we had to drop off all the gifts from the baby shower at night. I thought she was sleeping. And I think like the days after that, that's when we got everything, and then we moved in, and that's it. But it was freaking amazing. But yeah, the first year as a mom, and it was like all together because it was a first year of me as a mom and living with someone else, you know. And it was the first year was definitely the hardest. It was like a very testing year. I feel like that either makes you or break you. And I'm so grateful because he has always been a provider, supporter. And that day will never leave my head because that's how we got our first apartment. That is how we got a place to bring Emily home. And I hope that I didn't leave anything out, but I honestly love this story so much. But yeah, it was like my own little novela. And I feel like when you go through something, there's just so many things like that tie the story together. But yeah, I mean, that's my story. Now I have 3 beautiful daughters, and that's freaking crazy. Emily's gonna be 9. Ella's gonna be freaking 5 this year too. The baby's gonna be 2, and honestly, I'm so grateful, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy my 18 and pregnant story. Give me more suggestions if you guys want to hear more about like EJ and I, like our story or anything like that. Anything that you guys want to hear, let me know. I love doing sit downs, although it's a pain to edit. I do really enjoy doing them. But anyways, I'm gonna take my sick self out of here because my chest is hurting so much. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you guys in our next video. Bye, guys.